Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a reading that I anticipate will be pretty quick, but the question is going to be, am I going in the right direction? So this is going to be, it could be for anyone really. I think you will benefit most from it if you've made a decision recently to go in a new direction. But if you just want to check in to see if you're on the right path still, then this reading is definitely going to be for you. So I'm going to start, like always, by pulling some runes. Let's see what... Ooh, okay, let's see what we got. All right. Alright guys, here's your 3 runes. There's going to be pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. I will give you a minute to pick whichever rune is calling out to you, and then just go ahead in the description to the timestamps and pick whichever pile resonates. Okay guys, if you need more time, please pause the video now. Alright, for those of you who chose the first rune, or the first pile, then this reading is going to be for you. So this rune is always, okay, always, already telling me that you guys are on the right path. So if you just wanted that simple answer, the answer is yes. Of course, I'll get into more details, but this rune talks about successful journeys, travel, taking the initiative, and seizing an opportunity. So that seems like a really positive energy. It's also known as the sun or the sun wheel. But let's get into it. See if I can pull some more details for you. For pile number 1, are they going in the right direction? Also guys, if you're asking or wondering if you should take a certain direction, like if you've decided in your mind but haven't quite taken the steps to go ahead and push forward with that idea, the answer is yes, and start going ahead with that idea that you did have. I'm also getting that message, but I'll pull a couple more cards. Alright, the bottom of the deck is the shaman or the magician, so it never wants to focus. But the magician is about somebody who takes matters into their own hands, is a really powerful manifester. Already that's some good energy again. Let's see, I'm going to reshuffle, see what kind of story I can get about whatever situation this is. Okay, 3 of Stones, creativity. So maybe a lot of people are asking about a job opportunity or maybe a project that they're thinking about going ahead and taking on, and the answer is yes, like I said before. Also, if you're thinking about working with other people, this might be your sign to gather a team or consider others while you're moving ahead in this direction. Oh wow, and then we have the Sun and the Ace of Cups. That's very great energy, guys. My Ace of Cups is my yes card, and the Sun is about total happiness. So, I'm seeing, once again, yes, the answer is a resounding yes, you are headed in the right direction. I'm seeing a lot of love, so, I don't necessarily think that this is about a relationship, although if you did pick a pile in terms of a relationship, then, again, that love is there, or coming in. But for many people, most people, I think that this is more about a career move or taking on a new project, like I was saying earlier. And in that sense, I'm seeing a lot of love for what you do end up doing with this, so it is something that's going to inspire a lot of emotional fulfillment and happiness. Alright, we have the Five of Wands, and that can talk about some potential conflict. It sometimes talks about internal conflict, so I'll see what that's about. Aha! And the culprit emerges, the Two of Swords. That talks about indecision. So yes, this absolutely looks like you guys have been facing a little bit of internal conflict or indecision about something. And again, if it's something that you haven't made the move on because you're not sure if it's the right thing to do, the answer is go for it. Absolutely go for it. If you have made the decision and you're sort of second guessing yourself about it, the answer is still go for it. So you're on the right path. You don't need to worry. And stop. Okay. So we have the Hermit or the Hooded Man and the Eight of Wands. So this might be something that you might start working alone, or you've been working alone with this idea in your mind that you've had, right? So it's something where, like, let's say if you're going for a new job opportunity, the skills that you need, you've already been acquiring by yourself. You've been putting in the effort alone, and now that you've gotten to this point, this next level, you're going to be working with a lot of people. So that transition here, I know I just put those down and picked them right back up, but that transition here is working by yourself and now working with other people and getting that celebration and that action taking. So it seems like, from what I'm getting, that if you haven't started this, even though you might start off working by yourself, you're going to be gathering a lot of people in a team, and they're going to help push you to the next step and also be very supportive of whatever this is. So I feel really good about this, guys. I'm going to keep it short and sweet because the answer is absolutely yes, you're in the right direction. If you haven't gone forward with whatever this idea is in your mind, then you need to start going for it. Or if you have gone for it and you're just doubting yourself, no need. Spirit is saying everything is well off. So that's great news, everyone. But I just want to say thanks so much for watching this video, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Alright, pile number 2, if you picked the second rune, then this reading is going to be for you. So, just based off my intuition, I'm going to say that this is a yes, you're in the right direction. So this rune symbolizes kind of reaping the rewards of what you've sown, fertility in every way, rewards, promotions. So, all good things so far. Also, if you're looking for the information that you might be pregnant, or you're going in that direction, then the answer is also yes, so hopefully that's good news for you guys. But let's see what else I can get. Is pile number 2 headed in the right direction? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we're starting off with a bang. Let's see. In the case that you guys are trying to decide whether or not one path is better over the other, what I want you to do is think about the path that you most likely will choose. The one that is kind of winning out over the other. Because this feels like a very indecisive pile already. This feels like you haven't actually quite made a decision on something yet. That is the vibe I'm getting. You should know that no matter what happens, it seems like you're going the right way, so that's good. But let's try to get a little bit more details about the path to take here. Alright, let's see. We have the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Bows on the bottom of the deck. So yeah, that talks about possibly some resistance here. And I think that's coming from you. Or it could be in your environment and that's why you are feeling indecisive, but I definitely feel like there's some sort of issue here. Let's see. What's going on? Okay, so we have the Page of Arrows. The Page of Arrows is someone who has one foot in the past and one in the present. They haven't quite let go of something. They also have a kind of tentative curiosity and caution aspect to them. So yes, this is, again, that kind of energy of not really picking up your feet and moving forward with something. Holding back a bit. And we have the Journey, which is also death. So that talks about a huge transformation. So you might be on the cusp of a really big transformation, but you haven't quite let go of something to move forward there. This might be a bit of a fear of the unknown, fear of change energy here, is that you're on the edge of doing something really great, but you're afraid to kind of make that move. The Ten of Swords. Interesting. Okay, so it seems like you're coming out of maybe like a dark night of the soul energy, or something happened that caused you to feel a lot of grief. And that could be why you're feeling a little bit more cautious. The Green Man or the Emperor. Sorry, I didn't show you guys these cards, but there you go. Let's see what else. Eight of Wands. Sorry, I will explain a little bit more in detail. I'm just trying to tap in the energy, see what's going on here. The Knight of Pentacles. Oops, sorry, let me put that in the camera. Alright, and then we're finishing off with the King of Arrows and the Six of Swords. Sorry. Oh, the changing of the suits really gets me. King of Arrows, Six of Arrows, also known as the Swords. Okay. So this is an interesting energy. I almost feel like you guys are getting forced to move forward in a way that you might not have expected or wanted. I think you had some sort of big ending here that caused you a lot of grief, and now you've had to kind of gather yourself and you're being pushed forward, whether or not you were ready for that. I need some more information for this pile. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it just started raining really hard out of nowhere. So, big rebirth energy. That's really crazy how that synchronicity happened. There is a lot of stress in this pile. A lot of pain in this pile, guys. I almost feel like maybe you just need to hear that things are going to get better. For some of you that aren't out of the storm yet, you should know that like you are headed towards, well, away from the conflict at least. Even if things feel like they're moving slowly. That was way too many. Excuse me. That transition is coming, or you're in it. Yep. The Tower and the Three of Wands. So some sort of idea you had about your future really got, it just crumbled is what I'm getting. So something that you thought maybe was going to be lasting, something that was cause for celebration, ended up kind of falling apart. Okay, now let's see. What do we have here? What else is going on in this pile? Four of Cups. This might be my pile that's dealing with some boredom or rejection. Let's see, we have the Two of Pentacles. I need to keep this in the camera. So sorry. Two of Pentacles. So this talks about sort of conflict or juggling something. Going back and forth. Five of Wands. The Hermit. Yeah, a lot of conflict. This feels internal. Oh, and the Five of Pentacles. All those fives. The two fives. Just kidding. Feels like more fives to me. Knight of Cups. The Seven of Cups. And the Nine of Swords. Okay, guys, so what I'm getting is there's a ton of anxiety, a lot of feeling abandoned or rejected, a lot of conflict coming out and needing to kind of withdraw and look into yourself. So what's interesting is that the answer to me is still yes, you're on the right path, but it seems more like the reason that you're asking is because you've been through so much negativity and low vibrational energy lately. You kind of want to hear that the sun is going to be there on the other side. And I feel like the worst of it really is over, so that transition is coming. You guys should know that you're on the right path. There's just some things that had to come to an end because they weren't going to be in alignment with your highest self and the path that you're going to continue to walk on in the future. So while this was heavy conflict, a lot of pain, and some issues just kind of all around, maybe some environmental issues, like, I don't know, something just really ended, and it's going to be different for every person, and since it's a general reading, I'm not quite sure if this is, you know, possibly like a lost job, like, or a relationship that just kind of went haywire, but in any sense of the world, this was a traumatic experience for you, and you just kind of need to hear that even though it ended, it's okay and it was meant to be, and the answer is yes. Even though this was very painful, it was supposed to end, it was divinely timed, it needed to happen so that you can move forward. And try to do your best to look at things objectively, even though there is a lot of emotional attachment to this. Try to understand that it is for your best and that you will go somewhere better in the future. So I'm really sorry you guys had to deal with that, but I hope it gives you any sort of comfort that it was meant to happen and there will be better things ahead. But in any case, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video, and I really hope to see you in the next one. Alright, group 3, if you picked the third rune, then this reading is gonna be for you. So this rune talks about a cause for celebration, self-reliance, success, meeting our own needs, kindling of passion, and even possibly developing love in the midst of a negative situation. So all in all, this does feel like a yes, but of course I will be looking into the cards to get some more information. I do want to say that this reading could be used for people who might not have taken action towards a certain path and might be deciding between two things. So if that's you, I would pick one of the two options in your head, or one of the options if there's more. Think about that, and this reading will be for that if you continued with that path, okay? So let's get into it. Is group 3 headed in the right direction? Okay, we have the Queen of Cups in the bottom of the deck. So, let's see. What do we have going on in this group? So are you guys headed in the right direction? And if so, so what does that direction look like? Alright, we have the Ace of Wands. So yes, a new direction you guys are taking. A new motivation, a new passion, a new interest, a new spark. That is the Ace of Wands, if I didn't say. Oh. So something new is happening. That's cool. And that doesn't tell me whether or not that's a good thing. And we have the Page of Wands. Okay, so the Ace and the Page. Yeah, something that you might have had your eye on for just a little bit. Like you were looking at this new beginning, you're like, maybe I should take it. I think you did end up taking it from the feel of things. Strength. Okay. Interesting. So maybe it was something you had to gather your strength for. Not really sure the details of that yet, but interesting. Ah, the Lovers. Well, okay, so maybe it had to do with a relationship, possibly a decision that you had to make in a relationship, or this could be like a new start in a relationship you already have, or possibly even a new partner. Let's see. Nine of Stones and the Three of Stones, which is also the Pentacles. So this is a place of self-reliance and stability next to working with others. So what's interesting about these coming out as a pair is that this is someone who has it all together and can do things on their own, but with this card involved, it's because that they are so stable and have all of their stuff figured out that they are able to present their ideas to other people and work with a collaborative effort. So someone who's gotten all their ducks in a row so that they can find people who also have their ducks in a row and move forward to create a worthy team. So far, pretty good energy. And then as I say that, we get the Three of Swords, which can talk about like heartbreak or pain. This is interesting and conflicting. Okay, we have the Three of Wands, which talks about looking into the future, possibly waiting on something. Also, if you've been seeing the number 33 or 333, that number is a sign for you. Not sure what, but it might be popping up. Okay, and then we have the Tower and the Ace of Arrows. How very interesting. So you guys got pushed into a new direction. It seems like. Perhaps you made a decision that led you in a way that you did not expect, and now you're wondering, well, am I going the right way? I'm still curious about this kind of, this relationship vibe, because this pile is very much about connection, right? It's not just romantic. We have the Lovers, of course, but even over here with the Three of Pentacles talking about teamwork. So this is a pile that's heavily involved with, you know, relationships and connections in general. And then something went a little bit haywire here because there's some pain that happened. What happened? Okay, King of Swords on the bottom of the deck talks about thinking about things objectively, and I realized I never explained this, but the Queen of Cups is someone who holds a lot of love and could be a little bit emotional at times, and the King of Arrows has a very opposite dynamic to him, where he's very good about thinking about things analytically, objectively, and doesn't let his emotions cloud his mind. But let's see what's going on in this pile. So we had some pain, a new direction, maybe a new relationship, working together, but something happened. Alright, we're starting off with the Ten of Cups, and that talks about ultimate happiness and emotional fulfillment, especially with other people. And then we jump immediately into the Five of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay, so it seems like what happened here is that you went from a really high place to a low spot, point, both words at once, this point. You went from a very, very happy, fulfilled place to jumping immediately into this feeling of abandonment and feeling left out. So maybe something seemed to be going really well in a connection. It seems like you guys were working together, and all of a sudden something happened and you went from feeling on top of the world to feeling impoverished. Let's see. Knight of Pentacles, so trying to work steadily towards a goal. With the Seven of Wands, and that can talk about resistance and feeling like people are against you. Page of Cups. It's a lot of cards. Five of Cups, yep, and that talks about, well, it's interesting because in this deck it talks about celebration, but in the original deck it talks about past disappointments, and I really am interested by the duality of this card, right? So that's how I feel in regards to this entire pile. There is a strong split here between feeling like you had everything that you needed and were complete, jumping straight into what the hell happened. So I'm getting both meanings of this card as you went from this like feeling of celebration straight into feeling like, well, what happened? Why did this go the way that it did? Let's see, what one wants to come out first? And then we have the Six of Wands, which talks about abundance and victory. And then we have the Guardian or the Devil, which talks about karmic cycles, possibly addictions or negative thought patterns as well. You know, it's strange because the reading isn't really matching the question I was asking. It feels like if you guys are going in the right direction or not. Because it just seemed like there was good times and then immediately after there were bad times, and I'm not quite sure how that pertains. So let me get some advice and hopefully that'll clear things up. Alright, what is the advice for pile 3 in dealing with this situation? Because maybe, I almost get the sense of like maybe you're wondering, am I headed in the right direction if I trust this person again? Am I headed in the right direction if I walk away from this person? Like it seems it has to do with connection for sure. Like you're asking a question about a person or a situation that has to do with like some sort of relationship. So, advice. What should you do? Okay. Nine of Cups in the bottom, and this talks about personal emotional satisfaction. So I get the sense of focus on yourself a bit. And we'll get more answers about what to do in regards to this person, but you need to come back to a place of feeling emotionally satisfied and secure within yourself. So that's going to take some healing from whatever happened here. And regardless of what the cards say or what you end up doing regarding this connection, make sure that it doesn't sacrifice your feeling of peace, because that's important. That is the ultimate message here, is get back to a place of peace. King of Arrows, looking at things objectively. Making a decision. Two of Wands. Alright, so whatever you decide to do, you need to be looking at it from an objective place. So try to take a step back from your emotions and almost look at the situation as if you were an outside person giving yourself advice. Like if you could step back and give yourself advice as if you were your own friend, what would you tell you? Looking at both sides objectively. How did you mess up? How did this person mess up? Are you overreacting? Is this person being this way for a certain reason? And you know, like, because this is a general reading, it's hard to say. The likely chance is that there was some issues on both sides, but, you know, someone might have really done something bad in this situation and there's nothing to answer for other than to say, like, there needs to be some change and apologies that occur. Oh, Six of Swords, transition. And Page of Cups, Page of Stones, just like I said, apologies and some change. Okay, so, whichever way this ends up moving forward, because it is going to move forward in one way or the other, there needs to be a transition. And either this transition is going to be moving away as a team, away from whatever happened and moving forward, which is going to take some acknowledgement of what was done that was wrong, what kind of changes need to be made going forward. And it doesn't have to be this huge dramatic thing where someone is immediately perfect, but there needs to be some intention and action taking, even if it's small, to start off and say, hey, you know, I messed up, I take responsibility for this. If both of you messed up, then that's what needs to happen. There needs to be an acknowledgement from both sides. Here's what I can do to be better in the future, so you guys can move away from this. Now, if you feel like whatever happened was so big and you're not able to move past it, then you need to be able to make that decision from a calm mind state and say, okay, this isn't something that will provide me with the kind of peace that I need moving forward if I choose to stay involved with this person. Therefore, I'm going to need to walk away from them. I wish I could have an answer off the bat of whether or not you guys should walk away or stick around. Alright, and so the interesting thing is I got both, which means for half of you the answer is continue working with this person, and for the other half of you it's going to be walk away from this person. And I'm really sorry because obviously I know that doesn't help you, but as I said at the beginning of the reading, try to pick a path as best as you can when going into this reading. But yeah, since this is a general reading, I can't unfortunately find an answer because it is different for people. But Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, very split energy. That means literally working through it, working to get over it, or walking away. So, just to throw it out there, if you guys would like a more personalized answer about this matter, please go follow me on Instagram or email me at my email attached to this account. All the information is in the description below, and I can help you out if you want a direct answer about this, because I know this is frustrating, guys. But the kind of final message we have is finding that place of balance within yourself and possibly within this connection, and having a new start and using this opportunity to start fresh. And again, that might be with this person, or it might be walking away and finding a new person. But whatever it is, make sure you are thinking about things as logically as possible, because that's where you're going to find your answer. I would not make a decision off of a heated mindset or an emotional reaction. I would really think through things and do your best to come to terms with whatever decision you make and be confident as you move forward with that. So, a little bit of an unsatisfying ending, but I hope you guys got something out of it, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.